Good morning. Good morning. Hello to you and happy Friday. Friday? Yes, Friday. TGI. It is a chance for us to have a little Hug Nation Love Morning connection. If you are tuning in live or watching this recording, thank you for being here. Thank you for adding your gratitude and energy to this meetup. We do it daily whenever possible, and I appreciate your contribution. Got a little late start today. Thank you for your patience. And good morning, Gerbot. And thank you for your info on Camp Envy. My ears feel a little clogged this morning. Maybe that will be fixed with a song. On this glorious morning, we sing to the sky. We find gratitude if we can, and we try. And if we keep looking using heart and eye, we'll find the gratitude on the ground or sky. It's gratitude. Fix our attitude. Good morning. Hey, I'm no Brady. What's his name? Wayne. I'm no Wayne Brady. Good morning, Zoe. Happy Friday. Good morning, Gerbot, who is grateful to be here now. I've got a little flyer up on the screen right now that you probably are seeing for the June 8th men's group that I'm doing in San Diego. Figuring that I need to start just putting it out there. I've been talking to Lisa. Lisa's got a choir that she is kind of promoting right now, getting signups for. And we were both, as we did a walk this morning, just talking about how, there's some people that we cross paths with frequently online. Like if you come here every morning, we're talking all the time. But most of the people that are in my online connection circle, it's really touch and go, unknown how and if I'll be able to communicate with them. I have a newsletter that I do, but those don't get opened all the time. And if I post on social media, because of the way algorithms work, I don't know which of my posts will make it to someone's feed. So you kind of just got to relentlessly keep mentioning things in hopes that sometime people find their way to the information, which to me is that's hard. I hate feeling like I'm being annoying, but I guess you gotta. Who could be annoyed by my relentless pestering? That's a gift to be relentlessly pestered by me. If you've got something that you would like to share that you're grateful for, I would love to hear what it is. I am grateful that tonight I'm going to see a viewing of The Big Lebowski in a theater with Jeff Bridges in attendance. I'm not sure if he's doing anything or speaking, but it's a live showing of The Big Lebowski tonight. And I think there's his photographs are, I think, on display as well. My brother invited me, so I'm going to go hang out with my brother tonight. I'm looking forward to that. Definitely on my list of favorite movies. And I'm grateful that tomorrow I'm going to be recording an episode of Hard on the 80s, the podcast I do with my brother and Shonda. We haven't recorded in months. If you're not familiar, we rewatch 80s movies, and then we get together and we talk about them and how silly or how dated or how offensive they are. The one we're doing tomorrow is Airplane the movie. I had not seen it in a long time. It was fun to rewatch it and realize how many parts of it were memorable, or things that were a part of my lexicon as a kid, and how much of it was I think I was probably the perfect age for it when I saw it in the 80s. I think it's pretty ridiculous and silly now. But it's a whole different, God, there's so many parts of that movie that are just deeply etched into my sense of humor. Gearbot says, that's pretty sweet, man. The dude abides. Careful, there's a beverage here. Good morning, Michael. Says, I'm grateful for men's work. I'm grateful for my practices. I'm grateful for inner works and the inner workings that light up our hearts and light up the outside world. Cheers to that. Yes. So I think this is, for me, I know that the world right now, the current climate of my culture that I experience on a daily basis is a constant reminder of the importance of inner work and the balance of inner work and presence in the world. That getting out of balance is a recipe for mental struggle. Zoe says, I'm grateful for my morning cup of coffee that my partner wakes me up with every morning. That is beautiful. I'm enjoying my coffee this morning. So I will cheers you and to your partner as well. Look at this. I got a little, this is an old school Hug Nation mug. It says Love More on it with the Hug Nation logo on there. Your boss saying that Airplane is another classic. There's some jokes they do over and over that are just so funny. Like, there's something wrong at headquarters. Headquarters? What is it? Well, that's the place where we get together and we make plans, but that's not important right now. Or, Shirley, you must be joking. I'm not joking. And stop calling me Shirley. Like, the classic wordplay that they do in there. And then there's like some characters like Johnny, the guy who goes, what do you make of this? And he goes, well, you can make it into a hat. You can make it into a paper airplane. Such a good, so many funny parts. And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar plays himself in it, who's pretending not to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, genius. Zoe's cup is a giant yellow smiley face. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to take my flyer down now. But please let me know if you're interested or if you know anybody that might be interested. I'm going to probably start reaching out to people I know and say, hey, do you know anybody that would be interested in this? Which is another hard one for me, but I'm told is the way to get the word out. Oh, stewardess, I speak jive. That's part of the movie that, like, there's a bunch in that movie that I do not, we would not see those jokes now. Like the African American gentleman speaking Ebonics, which they call jive, and as they're speaking, they've got the what do you call it, subtitles on the screen, and then the June Cleaver character speaks to them. There's a scene where this woman is getting hysterical, and so Leslie, no, is that his name? Yeah, Leslie Nielsen. He starts shaking her, and then a line forms up behind her to like hit and like impose violence against this woman to shake her out of her hysteria. And I'm like, I don't think we would see that joke nowadays of hitting and attacking, and then striking a woman as humor. I don't think you'd do that. Zoe is asking, is the Heart Center been in person? Yes. Yeah. I like the idea of it being open so that everybody can attend, but I'm finding myself called and wanting in person. I'm in a number of men's groups. Actually, I take that back. I'm in 3 men's groups. Well, in addition to the one that I help run, I'm in 2 other ones. One's in person and one's online, and I get stuff out of them both. But the in-person one, it's dramatically better in terms of for my energetically, I just being around the guys and being out of my space. Like when I'm sitting in front of my computer, having a multi-hour meeting with people, I'm never as connected as I am if I've driven from my home and I'm sitting down and I'm with people. That being said, I would like to do a like full day online thing and kind of have people recognize that we're going to be committed to spend the day together online. But that's not what this is. Striker. What's the clearance, Clarence? What's your vector, Victor? And Captain Over. This is over. Yeah, Zoe says, I totally understand. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's and the other thing is that I'm already doing, multiple things a day online. And so my incentive to do this, the men's work, it's trying to add to what I want in my life. And I'm not craving more online connection. I think that I can be of service in that way, but what I'm craving is physical, in-person connection. Juan asking, was Blazing Saddles from the 80s? That's a good question. And somehow in my mind, I think that might have been too early. That'd have been a good one to do. I mean, a quick Google would help, but I'm not going to do it right now. Anybody else want to share something that they're feeling grateful for today? I am. Did I tell you yesterday that I sent the videos of me jumping into the paintings, and the little girl wrote me back and said, "Did your hands get sticky when you did that?" And I am grateful that this weekend is Easter. You know what I haven't talked about at all this year, and I usually talk about it every year, is the Easter beer hunt. My family, probably 20, 30 years ago, my mom realized that we were in college and we didn't care about our annual Easter egg hunt. So my mom decided she would do something that we would be excited about. And so she got like 6 packs of import beer. This is before microbrews, like Heineken and things like that. And then she hid the beers in the yard and took the 6-pack holders, put fake grass in them, and she gave those. Everyone goes, okay, everyone gets 6 beers to find in the yard. And it became our tradition, the Easter beer hunt. And in fact, up until my grandpa's video about beautiful glass, that was the most viral video I'd ever made, was the Easter beer hunt. And if you search Easter beer hunt, you'll see a lot of people doing it and talking about it. I don't think anybody gives us credit, but I think that we were the OGs. And now we still do it, except that more than half the family doesn't drink alcohol anymore. So it's now like kombucha and things like that. But some people get beer. So that will be Sunday, and I get to see family for that. So he says, I might have to encourage Victor to take a trip to San Diego. Definitely interested. Ooh, well, have him be in touch. I'd like to do whatever to make it work. And I should say, if people are coming in for the weekend, it's the same weekend as First Saturdays. So the homeless outreach I do will be on Saturday, and then men's group on Sunday. And if people are coming from out of town, I'll try to work with people and find if people are like looking for a couch to sleep on. I'll see if I will work with people to try to make it as doable as possible if, for example, the finances are tight. Blessed rising to you, Echo. Gerbot says, I'm grateful for the Hug Nation room being open 24/7. I dropped in a couple Saturdays ago at 9 that morning that I took off and ended up spending most of the day there and then going to Reno to meet up with Tom from LA for a burner roller derby party. That's awesome. You're talking about the Zoom gratitude? That's really cool. That's something I've heard about, especially recently. There's been people that have been going through different things in their lives, and the Zoom room that we do gratitude in at noon and 6 and 3 a.m., people are just kind of using it as a hangout spot. So if people are going through difficult times, they kind of drop in and have a more casual place to connect, which I think is just really wonderful. All right, I think it's time for us to have a hug, go out to our days. I'm so grateful for my partner, Lisa. I'm so grateful for morning cuddles and meals together. We went for a walk this morning. Grateful for all the support I feel from her, the incredible lack of judgment, which is such a healing thing. Good morning, Natasha. Sending us good mornings from the sunny Southwest. I see blue skies now. This morning walk, there was some dark, looked like rain clouds. So we'll see what we got in San Diego today. And Natasha, I think you missed earlier, I'm going to see The Big Lebowski in a theater tonight, Balboa Theater, with Jeff Bridges in attendance. So that is my Friday night. Talk about living the dream. Sarah says, grateful to be sober, grateful for my family, grateful for finding like-minded people, grateful for my dogs, grateful for my job, and grateful to be grateful. And with that, wherever you are, give yourself a big old squeeze, and as you feel the warmth and the solidness of that body, imagine that you're not holding yourself, but you're holding me and the people here. And that as you feel those arms squeezing you, it's representative of all of us. That we are sinking into this feeling of connection, this recognition of not being alone, this recognition of being a part of a tapestry of beautiful threads, all sharing their brilliance and their uniqueness, at the same time being so similar, so connected, so part of a single beautiful thing. Even if we can't see it or understand it, we're all part of a oneness. So let's just surrender to that for a moment. Surrender into this feeling, this connection, this thread of love as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and everybody here, thanks for being here for this Hug Nation Love morning. Happy Friday. Love you. Abide. Hi, Sherry. Sherry's grateful for the sunrise in Hawaii and catching the hug. Yeah. Like, that's just, like, your opinion, man. Have a beautiful Friday. If anybody has questions or thoughts or anything about the men's group June 8th, please let me know.